All right, welcome back everyone to the Anything Goes podcast, episode number 11. Sorry for the last couple of weeks. Life got in the way, but we're back. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. When the show is over, you have the timestamps in the description, so you can skip to the parts of the show that you're interested in. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Mr. Kev Carter. How you doing, sir?
Hey, good man. Madrid 4 points top of the league. Much fatigued, it's pleasure, but you're on cloud nine. Good. Good.
My introducer this, I can't celebrate with you, man. They gave me six. Serial
Woo!
rigged. Anyway, I jump with my other panel member, Mr. T. How you doing, sir? I laugh before you answer, Mr.
Man,
T.
they good, man.
Good,
Don't
good,
mind
good.
that Barcelona ain't really beat, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
All right. And we're also joined by another panel member, Mr. Dr. Giz. How you doing,
Woo!
rigged? Anyway,
Good night, everybody. I live any life, keeping myself level, and happy to be here, ready peoples.
correct. So you got the woman or something? You living this like sweet life?
Nah,
Don't answer that question anyway. That's too personal. Anyway, right?
Yeah, the women may be watching. Wait, the woman. Let me not put the woman. Let me say a woman before I get my man in trouble.
Oh well. All right, let's start off the show, guys. After months and months of delay, Formula One is back. The Austrian Grand Prix took place earlier today, with the winner being Mr. Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri 3.0, amazing performance, dominated qualifying. I thought it'd be Lewis Hamilton, but Valtteri started to the plate, started the Grand Prix amazingly. It led every single lap of the race, and a brilliant performance by Mr. Valtteri Bottas, who was criticized towards the end of last season of not being up to Mercedes standards. The problem is, he has started seasons very well and kind of tailed off. But with this crazy season and how short it is so far, I don't know. Mr. Bottas might have a good run this year. Mr. Carter, how you feel about this, man? You feel that this is Valtteri 3.0 or this is traditional Valtteri?
Well, he was long waiting. This race has actually been 102 days after we actually expected the season to start. My review would be that it was a very good race. However, I was expecting Hamilton to control the field because you see in the first 10 or so laps, 10 to 15 laps, he was closing the gap. I think, as you said, Bottas would have driven a brilliant race. He would have had a bit of luck along the way. And you need a little bit of luck to win races and to win titles. But all in all, it was a good race with a lot of DNS, a lot, mechanical failures, and I think that's all due to the fact too that the guys haven't raced in so long. And the machines would not be accustomed to the 72 lap races or whatever. So it's all just to get back in the groove. But all in all, it was a very watchable and exciting race.
Yeah.
Hamilton wasn't able to make it to the top today, but we know going forward he's going to come back strong.
All right. The Hamilton fanboy isn't started already. Mr. Teague, thoughts on the race?
Honestly, this isn't something that surprises me with Bottas. I like Bottas, man, but I don't like how he tails off to the end of the season. I think in terms of mental strength, I think that he got to work on that, so that he could be more consistent. Because it's not a case where he's fighting against Lewis, like how Rosberg would have had to fight against Lewis. It's just a case where he's like, he has everything, he has all the tools in front of him, and Mercedes is a team that allows the people to race. So as far as I'm concerned, like, he could beat Hamilton for the entire season if he keeps this up. But I think in terms of his mental strength, it's just not there, so he doesn't stay consistent. But as for the rest of the field, though, Ferrari was surprising, especially in qualifying. Their lack of pace. I think they expected a lack of pace.
Yeah. Could they say they're supposed to bring a new car later down the year from Hungary, I believe?
Yeah. they said that there were no upgrades. So basically, over that period of time, everybody had their upgrades. Everybody would have made upgrades during that break during the COVID period. But Ferrari didn't have any upgrades at all, so they were waiting out this race. I guess they probably want to get more information so that they could actually work on improving the car. But what was surprising was as well was McLaren.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, boy, for sure.
I was surprised to see that Lando Norris had the fastest lap. It was like what? Imagine coming from being a mid-table team. Well, they're still a mid-table team, but it looks like they could be challenging for some one or two podiums this season, and it's not going to be brought by a Hamilton crash. Like actually challenge
Yeah.
for some podiums. But I know what you guys think about the Hamilton crash. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, we gotta talk about that right now. Let me switch this image here. I mean, in my honest opinion, I think it could be a racing incident, but I think how Albon was pushed so far back, that's the way to give Hamilton the time penalty. Because if you look how Hamilton entered the corner, I think he did initially give Albon the space, but then you could see the car just began to understeer. The wheels touched and Albon spun. But I think due to the nature of how far back Albon fell, like, I think it was just a little bang and they kept driving. I don't think it would be anything. It would just be racing, continue on. I understand why the stewards gave Hamilton time penalty.
So you said you understand why?
Yes. I said I wanted. I honestly, I said I wanted to give it to him, but I understand why they did it.
Oh,
To an extent, I understand as well. But at the same time, I was looking at Hamilton's steering wheel to see what sort of input he was given. Like he had, it's not a case where he started to come out or he started to undo the lock that he had in. Like he had it turned all the way. So it was clear that the car was understeering while he was coming out the corner. So it could be a case where the tires weren't heated up properly or something like that, and he didn't get exactly what you want. Not only that, he's on a different compound as well. I believe he was on hard. He was on hard, and Albon was on a soft, so that's why Albon was able to overtake it so easily. And I don't think his tires were fresh.
No, I think he did switch the tires, but remember it was another safety car, so and being the hard tire, it would take a while to get heat back in the tires. So that's what caused the issue, in my opinion.
Okay.
So Kev, what are your thoughts on the accident?
Well, I didn't actually see the accident live, but from hearing your take on it, you're saying that you think it was that he deserved the 5-second penalty, whereas Teague is saying it'd be more mechanical failure or like down to the engineers.
No. I'm saying I understand why they give it. I think if they both had touched, but they said that this bang wheels and they continue on, there wouldn't have been a time penalty. But I think how Albon was sent spinning is why they awarded the time penalty.
Oh, you mean because the Albon was basically
the race was done for Albon at that point.
Right.
And,
okay.
I think if you give Hamilton any more penalty than that, it'd be unreasonable because it technically was not his fault. It just if you look at, as Steve alluded to earlier, you see steering input. Hamilton was steering the car and he didn't like straighten up the car or anything. It just the car understeered, so there's nothing you could have done about it.
But the thing about it is though, all right. So what was your guys' take on the because remember he had originally qualified second and then he was pushed down to fifth. So what was your guys' take on that?
Rebel being soft. I mean, before weekend, Rebel was complaining about. Let's be real. That was brought in and introduced at practice in what, March?
Early in the year.
Correct. You had all this time.
Preseason testing.
All of this time to protest DAS. Right. You waited till after practice has started, not before, afterwards, to ask if it was a legal system.
Whoa.
You were denied. Then you said Hamilton didn't slow down after Valtteri went off in qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
and double yellow. So I just think Ferrari Vettel, Red Bull is being
Petty.
very petty, and
Yeah.
Starboy Max Car shut down and Albon, they finished the race. So it is what it is.
Revenge. Revenge,
Yeah, but
man.
I think they had that in preseason testing, though.
They did.
Yeah,
They
mostly
had
they
that in
were.
preseason testing, and all the teams challenge it. Because as soon as somebody get a little bit of an advantage, people gonna be like, "Oh, that all fair, man. That all fair." So
Mm-hmm.
they went and they said it was legal. So I thought that was the end of that. So when they was hearing Red Bull bringing it up in this before like after practicing this race, I was like, "What the hell is this?"
Mm-hmm.
It had me shook.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
pettiness, as Arthur saying, petty.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get into it, man. We gotta talk about this guy, man. We gotta talk about this guy. Um, Sebastian Vettel. Um, it came out in the week that he was not contacted by Ferrari to have an extension to his contract. He was just cast aside. I want to ask you guys a question. Do you think that was the right call for Ferrari? And also, do you think Vettel is worthy of being a Ferrari driver?
Um, I I think that I think that Vettel is a brilliant driver. I think he's underrated. I think that people look at the whole situation with Red Bull and the advantage that Red Bull had and say,
Mm,
yeah, it was the car that thing. It's the car that got into all of that. But to tell the truth, like when we don't say that we don't say the same thing for Hamilton. But once you got a good car, it takes a good driver to still win. Like not anybody can sit down in a car and be like, yo, let me bring this a championship. I know that I sit in I get the most for Auto. Even that Mercedes, I definitely would kind of lost or crash out for sure. So it takes a good driver to get the most for Auto, man. But on top of that, like Vettel ain't particularly headstrong to me. Like another racer would be. And to thrive at Ferrari, you need to be headstrong. And not only headstrong, you need support as well. If a driver ain't have any support, like it's not like he's an Alonso. Alonso, like whether he got support or not, he can get the most from that car. Uh, so Vettel's is a different beast. He need a good car and he need a good team, and that's what he had at Red Bull, and he didn't have that at, at Ferrari. So and then that's the whole situation with the contract. Just proved why Ferrari didn't really marriage that they had. They didn't really deserve Vettel. That's the way how you see it. You had a you had a good driver, a championship winning driver. All you had to do for him was to make sure that he getting through good by having a good team around him and make sure that he got a good car. And they think that they fail on both fronts.
hmm.
Right, Kev?
Well,
What's your opinion?
Arthur, I think you know where I'm going to go with this. I can contrast Teague a bit.
Hmm.
Whereas Teague said he's a brilliant driver, I'm going to say he was a brilliant driver. He's no longer a brilliant driver. He's no longer. No, don't get me wrong. This guy. I mean, when it was what 2010 to 2013. Yeah, the
Hmm.
four titles in a row. I mean, the man was unstoppable. Honestly, right? I think it's a bit too soon and it's a bit abrupt what Ferrari did to him. I think they could have handled it
Mm,
better. The decision that was
yeah.
made, I do agree. I do see where they're going with it. Leclerc is 22. Carlos Sainz is like what? Um,
25, 26.
right. So they're really going with youth, which this is totally understandable because as the age, if we look at the whole Formula One field right now, the only drivers who really are mentally strong above 33 would really be Hamilton and Räikkönen had a couple of races last year and year before where he was up to the pace, but usually with Formula One drivers, once you get over 33, you're not as strong mentally as you were when you first came to the sport. So I think that's
True.
the case right now with Sebastian Vettel, and I do agree with what Teague said is that and what he said in when he said that he needs a good team, he needs good team support, which is what he had at Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Whereas Mark Webber was the number two driver. Webber, not Webber, Vettel was the number one driver, and he also needs the limelight. Right now at Ferrari last year, Leclerc would have outperformed him in majority of the races. There were one or
Yeah.
two where he would have fought, and they had a lot head to head and a lot of battles going on in the races between him and Leclerc. It was really a point to prove the best in the team. But in my opinion, Leclerc would have come out on top, not only in the points but in the impression that he would have made last season. So that being said, I would say in conclusion, it was the right decision. But how Ferrari went about it, to me, was not as professional as you would expect from Ferrari, and it was a bit slightly disrespectful to Vettel. But I was smiling. I was actually smiling when it happened. Because you know
May
how we feel.
God.
Archie, you know how we feel about Vettel.
Correct,
You
correct.
know his personality, but
Yeah, get him out of
he's a
here.
good driver. Don't get me wrong, but he's a bit of a prick as well. So you know how it is. Justice is served.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think every top tier Formula One driver is a bit of a prick. Even Lewis Hamilton. Let's be real. Lewis Hamilton. As much as I like Lewis Hamilton got some of flaws. He got some
Man,
disgusting parts to him.
man, yeah,
So
but T Vettel is take the cake though. Like,
I
I mean
don't know.
Blue,
Rosberg was out there too, but Vettel is just.
blue flag, blue
I
flag.
like Vettel.
Hmm?
I like Vettel. Like I genuinely like Vettel, man.
Well, he got a cool style and things some at times. But I don't.
But yeah, he cool until he isn't. I think he's one of them people. He could get in
Mm-hmm,
he feelings, and when he
mm-hmm,
get in he feelings is I guess that's where people is like be annoyed
mm-hmm.
with him.
All right.
But
Yeah, but they did him
he's
dirty
a good
though.
boy.
They
Yeah,
had to
they
do
did.
so bad.
Yeah, they
They
did.
had to do so bad.
Yeah, that's my honest
Yeah.
opinion on it. I think Vettel's time at Ferrari was up. You could clearly see that they want to go in another direction. Before the show started, Teague was talking about how Ferrari, the leadership that brought in Vettel actually changed during the time he was there. And you could see that when he first came in, it was 2014, 2016, they had a lot of faith behind him. But I think after 2017, I just think you could see the shift in Ferrari's thinking. And also I think they wanted to switch to Leclerc. How Leclerc was homegrown. He's always been a Ferrari team. And you also know Ferrari has a lot of nasty politics involved in it. So
Yeah.
I think those factors led to, I could say dismissal in a way. Um,
But
I,
Ting had
I don't
Ross
know.
Brawn and all them as well.
True, true. Um,
Around Schumacher had Ross Brawn and all of
yeah,
them around him, so he had a good support team.
true, true.
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. I think Ferrari too they're a bit all over the place right now. I don't think they know exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that it just put on everything onto Vettel. I don't know if he goes from here. I just think probably he should retire. I don't
Mm.
know if he sits out a year, if he could find somewhere else to go. I'll let tell Carlos Sainz that I think you should stand at McLaren for next season. If you could wrap up that Ferrari contract, I think you should. But
I know he definitely calling out, but not on the air, fam. I know about that. That car look too mid-table-ish.
yeah, I
Mm.
mean we gotta see what it
Yeah.
really agrees in Hungary, but time will tell. Time will tell. But I'll end on this. I said it was a great start to the season. Even though Red Bull screwed me over my fantasy points, I still got you as my fantasy team for next race next week.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the season so far. A brilliant start to the season. But
Yeah, boy.
we have our other guest who was very quiet because he only likes rugby. But he brought him on for this specific topic. Liat's liquidation.
Mm.
Wait, this Seiko that look Seiko looking to join. Let me check and see.
You want to join?
Cause he asked for top.
All right, all
Now
right.
he asked
Let
for
me
topic me on, but let me check and see. Cause he said he in the meeting.
All right, no
He
let me
problem.
was in
hear
the meeting.
All
let me
right.
hear Zico thoughts on Liat.
No, hold on. But you got to let Mr. Duguay. The floor is yours, sir.
Oh yeah, do it first.
Oh boy. The Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda has been
Gaston
fighting
Brown.
to save Liat.
Mm-hmm.
to save the name of a company that is mainly within his country and believes that the airline is worth saving for the benefit of CARICOM. And I call BS to that. Antigua and Barbuda profit from the additional shareholders because Antigua is not a majority shareholder. St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Barbados pumping the most money into Liat. Most of the
Yeah.
infrastructure is headquarters in Antigua and Barbuda. And without the support of Barbados and St. Vincent, it is detrimental to everybody. Now, you would think that the
Um.
people who have majority share would have majority control over the company. Yet Antigua and Barbuda claim that they need to have the headquarters there. They believe that they have the best infrastructure for it, and they believe that that is the stable head of CARICOM. And they have a massive problem with this. Up to last
Um.
year, Liat registered that
Not
they
to cut
lost
See,
you off.
Go ahead, Dugan.
No, I just wanted to mention the shares because like Ting has about 38%. Antigua has about 38% of the shares. Barbados has about 49%. I can't remember how many St. Vincent has. So yeah, that's just about it. Oh, and another thing to toss in before you move on is that Liat is the biggest employer in Antigua.
Oh yes, I know that for a fact. I know.
So yeah, you could go on and cuss him out because he deserved to get cussed at this point.
What annoys me is the fact that in talks over the last few years, when Barbados said we pump in the most money and we receive very little to no benefits of having Liat, when most of the flights leave Barbados and not Antigua, when flights have to repair up to recently, because I work at the airport, they had to cancel the St. Lucia flight for 2 days because the flight needed emergency repairs, 2 airlines. You would think that it would go to headquarters in Antigua where they have all the engineers, the headquarters, and everything. No, the flights had to repair in Barbados. Why
So
are we
who footed the cost for that?
Oh, Barbados had to foot the cost for that, sir.
So
If
what
we
all these
are
employees
putting the
doing?
most money, we are not receiving any reduction in costs in terms of travel. The same, we are charged the same way as everybody else. We are exploited. It is unfair and unjust. And when Barbados said we do not have control and we are providing most of the money, we are going to pull out. And the Prime Minister is saying that Barbados is being unreasonable. We are being unreasonable when we pump in the most money. Now, he did bring up talks that Liat is going to have to liquidate because they're going to have to file for bankruptcy. Last year, they made a loss of 12 million.
12 million. Yeah.
12 million and a little bit of money. And you have employees when COVID hit that are going to tell you they're not going to take a pay cut. They prefer to be fired. You got employees threatening the company. You have employees that are unreasonable to work with because we have so much problems when it comes to Liat. Liat is leave island anytime. It is not less than Antilles, nothing. It is leave island anytime. They leave when they feel like. And that is the truth. That is Caribbean people do not know Liat is the lesser Antilles transport. No. We know Liat as leave island anytime. You could be delayed for hours, days even. Liat will cancel flights and don't even tell you and have you stick up at the airport. Pull you off of a flight to put on a staff member. I had a customer come to me in the airport and tell me I wasn't here from this morning. My flight was delayed. And then I am told by Liat that because of the seat that I had on the flight, and they have to send an employee of Liat back to Antigua on the last minute, I am being pulled from the flight. I said, so are you being reimbursed your money? You were here the whole day. They don't know if you have meetings and stuff. You're a business person. No, they told me I'll get a voucher of, I think it's 20% off on the next flight and a free meal. What?
Wow.
That's how Liat operates. You're going to diminish your CARICOM individuals, the people who help him put money into this airline. The next thing is, Mr. Brown said, okay, we're going to have to liquidate the company, but we cannot pay back the people that we owe. We cannot pay back our creditors because one, Liat, out of all the aircraft they have, they only own three, and the three are actually linked to the central bank of their country. Okay. They're telling these shareholders, well, we're going to have to liquidate, but we have to create a new company. And I don't want anybody fighting, but the headquarters needs to be in Antigua. We have the infrastructure already. And we want it to remain as Liat. But it can't work that way. It can't work.
That's why so much trash.
So I read today, I had an article posted today on Barbados Today, that the Prime Minister Gaston Brown feels betrayed because two of the major shareholders held a meeting and decided that they're going to liquidate Liat. They're saying there's no benefit right now, and he's saying he has to defend his Antiguan people. And again, Barbados and St. Vincent are both being seen as unreasonable. And I'm here saying to myself, but you defending your people because y'all are happy for the foreign exchange that you're gaining from Barbados for this thing. And Antiguans don't necessarily like Bajans either, you know, because we are viewed as people who...
all of us, we're going there tonight. We're going there tonight. Are we going there tonight?
We're going again, hype, man. Again, hype.
Are we going there tonight, man?
Let me go in there. We
Barbadians are viewed relatively around the Caribbean as people who are high and mighty, who make so much money, and we look down on the Caribbean people. Yet, Barbados demonstrates the givingness of the island by sending support, money, goods to other Caribbean islands. In times of need, when other islands were wiped out by hurricanes, we were the first on the scene providing care. We were the first to give money. Antigua gets money from us in terms of Liat. Dominica and Grenada got aid and money from Barbados when they got hit by hurricanes, and we sent the Coast Guard and the Barbados Defense Force to help police, bring order, and search and rescue on the islands. Trinidad gains money from Barbados, not just by having companies here, but by other various forms of foreign exchange. And we are the worst people in the Caribbean. We need to be treated like crap. There was legislation passed last year that allowed countries like Grenada and what they would call lesser, what term did they use? Islands that have lower infrastructure from places like Trinidad and Barbados, that will allow them to impose tariffs on items that come in from Barbados and will charge Barbados more to sell things there.
Wait, they can't agree to apply tariffs?
Pardon?
So they can't. So wait, because that may actually be a violation, a trade law.
Barbados wasn't even informed that it was happening at the time. Manufacturing companies in Barbados were being told that if they decide to sell things to Grenada, St. Lucia, and those other Caribbean territories, that we're going to have to impose higher costs because our items are expensive. And I'm here saying to myself, but we talk about CARICOM, we talk about integration, we talk about free movement of trade, free movement of people, free movement of skilled labor, and Barbadians cannot get proper employment in other Caribbean islands, but the other Caribbean islands can come here and get work very easily. We talk about CARICOM, but CARICOM exists for who? Because I don't see
CARICOM is for some, not the others, man. That's
it is, and then we will have Caribbean islands that say Barbados love to be in charge. Barbados always want to do for them. I read here in the comment section up to tonight on one of these same articles where a gentleman says that Barbados is only thinking about themselves as they think they are alone the heads of CARICOM. And that we, the people of Dominica and the French and Antigua and the other islands in the north of the Caribbean want Liat and Mia Motley and Ralph Gonsalves can push for Barbados to get registered little Mosquito Airlines to run for them. And I said to myself again, You are speaking for islands that are not putting in as much capital that we are and receive no benefits. Because as far as I can see, Barbados is still putting forward the most money all of the time. And then what do we get? Most of the airlines leave Barbados. Even flights to Antigua. The Liats leave Antigua and come to Barbados. And Barbados is the hub for the Liats to St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Trinidad, Guyana, Grenada. And I can tell you this because working at the airport, you see when the flights leave going to those territories. And it's not one flight a day. We're talking about 2, 3 flights a day to these various islands. They're not leaving Antigua. And obviously the fuel is coming from Barbados again. The repairs are being done in Barbados again. Barbados used to have the headquarters for Liat here, and then they said it was too expensive, so let's give it to another Caribbean island. Yet Barbados is still footing the bill.
So what role does Antigua play in all of this? Because we were saying basically Barbados doing all the legwork. Everybody got to Barbados. So
Antigua apparently
what does
supplies
does
the specialists. They have the engineers. They're supposed to supply the pilots. They're supposed to supply the flight staff, the machinery. But at the end of the day, what proof do we really have of that? A lot of their infrastructure, a lot of people, and the prime minister admitted himself that he believes that COVID is the right time to start to cut the excess people that we have, which proves a point. Again, government expenditure being high because you just throw jobs out there. You have way too many people being paid, and it's unnecessary. He can admit that. He says that in the article. We need to cut back. We need to make it more efficient. It means he knows that there are way too many people being employed by the company, and yet he continues to retain such individuals.
you need to get rid of Liat on the whole. For me at least, you need to get rid of Liat on the whole.
Let me learn, man. Right.
He said that Liat.
Right.
Go ahead,
right, man. So, I was here reading the article, right? You saying the whole. He was reading the article too, right? It was saying like, obviously the loss of 12 million EC dollars, right? US 4.4 million. They're saying Liat could not have foreseen the scale of the coronavirus. In May, it said it needed US 5.4 million to recover. There was a spell of hope for investment from Richard Branson, which later turned out to be bogus, right? So I'm trying to find out. This statement where they're saying that there was a spell of hope of investment from Richard Branson. Is this being doing what the media does best? Is this just speculation? Or was that an agreement that didn't come true? You guys know anything about this?
Well, I'm not too sure about that. We got remember Virgin. Let's give them the benefit though. Remember Virgin is actually going through some tough times right now, and they have to do a lot of restructuring as well. Virgin Australia is almost it went through bankruptcy, right? So maybe not. I'm not too sure. I don't know if T could speak on it. But even if he was making a push for investment, it wouldn't be sustainable because Virgin Australia is probably dead by now, and Virgin Atlantic is hanging on. Because I remember some people were very upset in England because he asked for a loan, and I think a lot of Virgin Atlantic is actually owned by Delta. So I know there's a big hullabaloo in the United Kingdom. So I'm not too sure if that would even be viable. Tiki, you were saying?
No, right now with COVID, even if it's a case where people have, even if it's a case where you do have a little bit of money set aside for a rainy day, because you don't know how long this situation is going to last.
It's true.
A lot of people are deciding, you know what, it's best to send home staff, it's best to make cuts, because I don't know when they can be back up and running. I don't know when I'm back up and running, how successful I would be. I don't know, I don't know if something may come out in the future that may be similar to this. So there's a lot of uncertainty. So a lot of people can make cuts because of that uncertainty. So for Liat to get any help from any other private entity, to me that's going to be impossible. Or any other government for that matter, because a lot of governments in a bad situation. Because remember, we were in a bad way. Most of the world was in a bad way before. before this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what can be like this. No, it's crazy. That's all I can say.
Mm.
I'm even here looking at another article here right now
Mm-hmm.
that was written yesterday. And it says here, we are more than certain that were Barbados not in the grips of the International Monetary Fund program, where holders of most government paper have had their returns slashed, hundreds of civil servants relieved of their jobs, state budget cuts to many agencies, Barbados will certainly splash a few more $1 million into Liat. Because we like to do that. We like to keep the airline alive. But Caribbean governments simply cannot, in the turmoil that is 2020, pump millions of dollars into
Wow.
this hole that is perennially failing, a failing institution, no matter how important the public good is that it provides. Right now, they have down here the airline's problems continue to revolve around its ability to take on additional debt with its key financing source, the Caribbean Development Bank. Liat reportedly needs more than 60 million US right now to keep it in the sky. We don't have
That's
60 million
ridiculous.
dollars US laying about right now in the Caribbean with COVID especially on. No, we cannot simply be throwing that type of money out right now.
But
I
you see,
understand that
my
we need
problem.
to keep the islands
Mm.
connected, fine. But there are cheaper ways that we can currently find right now. This is the time for
Yeah,
innovation, not crap. We cannot keep pumping money into a
my
hole.
my problem with Liat is that here the politicians or people even in some of the policy issues that talk about it was so disgusting because we had a discussion about in the commission or whatever group. I can't remember what that name, that politics group that we had a few years back. And my thing about Liat was that you cannot create something without the intention to make a profit from it.
Correct.
Because when you think about making a profit, it's just a case. I didn't say that you need to make $1 million profit or 2 million or 200 million. Even if you make $1 as a profit, that means that the service that you are seeking to provide is in some way viable. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, the service that Liat is providing would be a service that's needed. But right now, what is happening is that Liat is just providing to me what people think what is a moral service poor people need to get around to the end. So you're helping out poor people. But the reality of it is that especially in situations like this, especially in the Caribbean, especially as developing nations, we don't have money to toss away willy nilly. And that's what Liat is. There are cheaper ways to get across the Caribbean. Ferry is a cheaper way. For
Very much
example,
so. Very much so.
ferry
Mm-hmm.
ferry
It's
is
true.
far cheaper,
It's very true.
and on top of that, it would turn a profit. But the thing is
Mm-hmm.
that all you thinking about people gotta get through, so we gotta create a air. Like, you know how short some of that flights is. We from the time the plane is up in the air, they say you can stand up on a rock in Barbados and look and see something. You telling me that you gotta fly a plane across it from Barbados to Saint Vincent? That's short flight. Come on, man. It's
It's what?
ridiculous. So to
45
me,
minutes like
Liat
45 minutes at max.
well, what was that?
The flight time,
You mean to say
45 minutes
Vincent?
max.
It's about 15 minutes flight, you know? I think it's about 15 minutes flight. Is a 45. Tell the truth, right? Trinidad that far away ain't even a 45 minute from Barbados. I think it's about half hour.
Yeah, it's about that for true.
So
Anything. Yeah.
it does be about half hour.
Mm-hmm. It
Because
don't be
the time
long.
I went to sleep
Mm-hmm.
on the plane, and
Yeah. Yeah.
by the time I barely get, I went to sleep
It's true.
on the plane and
It's true.
landed. So
Yeah.
it ain't a long flight. A ferry could cover that, and you can do that cheap. You ain't gonna pay the amount of taxes that
Yeah.
you're gonna pay. So my thing is
Mm-hmm.
that Liat is not a sustainable model. So if it's not a sustainable model, that means it can always be in that. What's the solution to that? To get rid of something that is a dead hole and think about, what can we do? Not just to make travel affordable in the Caribbean, but what can we do to make a profit? What can be profitable as well? If you can merge the two together, then you will have a so where you wouldn't have this cash hold as Liat. That's how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We need to start being innovative, stop doing crap. That's a problem.
All right.
We set in our ways.
So I want to ask a question, right? You say if it was a
Mm-hmm.
new corporation, how would y'all set it up?
Ooh.
Teague.
Um, a new corporation. Honestly, I think it should be privately run. That's the first step. Let the business owners spend their own money. I think that we shouldn't be gambling with taxpayers' money. I don't like that because it's somebody else's money that you're spending. As a politician, you ain't gonna look at the blood, sweat, and tears that a man put in just to get to his salary chop off. Because people is gonna go work on the day. A lot of politicians that born that rich, they ain't gonna worry about nothing. So, but you get a low piece of salary, for all of that low piece of salary, a piece gonna come off, and that piece get into Liat that you may never use. You know, maybe Asians ain't traveling in their life. They don't even know what Liat is, but they're paying for it. So to me, business owners should be getting together, because if the business owners get together, one of the most important things is that they're going to be thinking about turning a profit. Because if they don't, that's money lost for them. And if money lost for them, that means that they're going to hurt. So that's the first
They will
step.
reduce the amount of flights. As simple as that.
Yeah, reduce the amount of flights as well. But to
If
me,
you
I
know
think
that
we should be
your
looking
airfare's
into
capacity,
alternatives.
know your capacity, your airline. You should never be flying a plane that can seat 80 people and you only flying with 3 passengers. Hell no.
Right.
Hell no.
Yeah,
That is
If
happening
that is
now.
the
because
case, send a smaller plane. There are smaller planes that they have or can get access to. Don't be pumping money into an airline, pumping money into planes, fuel and everything to fly 3 people when you know full well you should send a smaller aircraft. One pilot, smaller, there's only 3 passengers and it's a short flight. Bam, be done with that. No way in hell you should be flying a plane.
Yeah, I got Cessna.
80 people capacity and you only got 3 people on the flight. Stop it. Cancel the flight.
Does Liat have a Cessna? Access to a Cessna?
They got
a
smaller
what?
flights that leave Barbados right now that flies to Cano One, and which are smaller islands off of St. Vincent. Easily. Private airlines. Easy, easy,
Yeah,
easy. My
some flight
parents
in
tell me
between
when
the
Liat
little
first
islands as
formed, the
well.
man that started Liat, he had a small Cessna aircraft. He didn't expect it to grow so big, but the thing is, right, he used to do it with a small aircraft. To me, if it's privately owned, the private people and say, look, how many people but for the flight? Okay, instead of us having 3 or 4 flights today for that same island, let's consolidate. Tell the people, look, this is the way it's gonna be. Y'all have to work around my timing. Not we can work around everybody.
Yeah,
If I know that
exactly.
a total of the 4 flights I got today going to St. Vincent, I got 26 people. I can tell you 26 people, I'm sorry, we're not going to have an early morning flight. We're going to have a flight at midday. That way, the people who want to get in the evening can go up. You've got to be here for midday, and that flight goes with 26 people.
But would I not do whatever? Will you not have to do your logistics from the beginning to observe, like to see how many people will?
But that's what I'm saying. You got to plan ahead. We have to start planning ahead for those type of
It's not
things.
only
The same
the
way
people that in
the
those
government
positions
are
aren't
asking airlines
qualified.
right now to give people 72 hours to go and get themselves checked for COVID before they can fly to Barbados, for instance, or in Jamaica's case, you got to give a week's notice. That would allow airlines to start planning ahead. We got to change with the times. Right now, especially with COVID, now you got people that might get caught with COVID at the airport. They can't fly no more. There's a person that the airline might have to now go and reimburse the money. You just lost another person of your airline. You gotta be able to compensate for that. At this point,
Yeah.
we cannot be pumping money into a dying or failing venture. It's the same thing like transport board here in Barbados. I tell people transport board was designed not to make money. And taxpayers' money will continue to be pumped into something that is not making money. You have to find either an alternative means, either raise the bus fare that is profitable, that people can actually afford the transport board, or cut costs, cut measures, reduce the amount of buses. Tell the people, look, We can go a bus running to this particular part on your island once every 3 hours if that's the case because we realize it's not a profitable route. Or tell the private sector,
No,
can you start providing
there's
vans for
there's
this
some
route?
routes that are like that though.
They used to have a bus that runs for Silver Sands, and the government realized it does not make sense in a transport board bus if it got so many Route 11s. The only bus I see come on this Route 11 road right now is the last bus because by that time all these ZRs done running.
But it's not a
You
flaw in
know,
the design though, because it used to a system where the private men make all the money, and then you can rush the bus when the private men off the road because they don't make money. You doomed to lose money, so it would never work.
You will lose money,
That's
but it
true.
would not be as bad as you were before.
But 'cause if you all right, let me say no, you didn't get all the private men then the ability to run all them roads. You could still make money in the day. So at night, no, you on a bus that it losing money, it will still even itself back out.
Hmm.
But the
I
decision that
understand exactly what you're saying.
the decision that made already. So
I
T,
don't mind them having the last bus to run on the road because there are people who were late that still need that last bus to get home. And it may not be a packed bus, but when I see the bus pass here, it still got some people in it. So I tell myself at least I am happy that they're doing that. It may be running at a loss, but it's still getting the people who need to get home than having to pay for a taxi, which again might be unreliable at this point in time because nobody want paying $80 to get home. Could tell that.
now we the Uber and Lyft in Barbados, but that's another story. All right. So
But
T, so you say all right. So T went already. So Matthew, you say your suggestion for Liat would be what again?
either you start to optimize and realizing that you have to cut down the amount of flights you have,
Mm-hmm.
or go the ferry route. The issue that I know that they're gonna have with the
the
ferry is
ferry.
again everything with CARICOM, who gonna run it, who gonna be in charge, who gonna get the money, who gonna that is the problem that we have. The mentality of the Caribbean people is every man for himself. Everybody want to be in charge. Everybody want the profits, but nobody wants to put in the money for it. You need to have some form of body governed. I would say it has to be private again at this point because that's the only way we're going to see it something as fair. We can't say let's put it together as the country, as the islands. I know right now Trinidad has a ferry that runs from Trinidad to Tobago, and they run
Yeah,
it daily, and it's
yeah,
make good
but
money off of that.
it's
They
true.
still got their own Caribbean airlines that leave every 2 hours or something. So from Tobago to Trinidad, they
Mm-hmm.
still got an airline,
Caribbean
but they run a ferry too, and the ferry is
hell.
Yeah,
efficient. I've gone on that ferry before. It's
the ferry.
efficient,
Yeah, I went on it.
very
It's more
efficient.
effective.
My man,
It's more
one of my
effective.
brave, I'm going to train that to save my life.
Yeah, but
We need to
it made
have
me
a ferry
seasick
that,
though. It made me
and that's how
seasick.
I
That's
see
the
it.
only
If
thing.
anything, I saw proposals being put forward on Facebook where people have done research into the ferries in the Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
and how much they think that people should be charged, how many cars the ferry could hold. If a ferry leaving one way, Barbados to St. Vincent, it'll be 100 US.
Mm.
Barbados to St. Vincent, and back to Barbados would be 150 US. And I said, that's effective. The ferry could hold 280 something people.
Yeah,
This and the person had the specs and everything. And I said, you see this? This is what we need.
yeah,
We should
yeah.
have had this ever since.
It's
Because not only
effective,
do
right?
you carry multiple people in one shot, but you can also bring produce from the same islands one time. It works as another effective form
Yeah.
of trade.
Yeah, do
You
get
know,
effective, right? But however, though, I ain't know about you, but when they went on it, I prefer catching the plane to Trinidad because it's different smells and fumes. Made me seasick. I don't know how you cope with it, but to me, it's be too much people, man. Like it be too.
I went
It
sleep
don't
on
be
that
as
ferry.
much
It's so
space,
comfortable.
huh? How you
I
deal with
went
it?
sleep on the ferry comfortable.
Comfortable. T, you ever been on
Well,
it? I know
well,
artists say he ain't
nah,
going on that shit. Period.
My man, I was running train that like play, gonna disrespecting the body from train
I
that, my
don't like
man.
Trinidad.
Oh, okay.
I don't fancy Trinidad. That's the truth.
I know.
The
bro.
conditions,
I go
the
Jamaica
hotel
first.
was nice.
I go
The
Jamaica
hotel was
first.
nice, but the
What?
conditions,
Jamaica?
KFC and things.
Oh, okay.
I go Ghana
Okay.
first. Nah, boy. I got some weird
What?
vision that I get trained out. I get kidnapped by a man
No,
in a black van or something. I just
no, but
Let,
Arthur,
let,
let's
let,
just
let.
stay at the hotel. Though the hotels in Trinidad are really nice
what
though.
you tell any countries be good, Carla.
I got
Yeah,
jar saying here
correct.
to one of them. Caribbean
Listen to me
Airlines
here.
is a
Jamaica is safe
Trinidadian
too here.
company, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caribbean Airlines has a flight from Barbados to Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, Caribbean Airlines has the balls to tell people they will have the flight scheduled early from morning. The flight leaves in the night time,
Mm-hmm.
around 8 o'clock to Jamaica. And I will not lie to you, one of mine. Every week I see that flight get cancelled. They don't cancel it early. They cancel it pretty late when the people might be already in the airport
Mm-hmm.
because they realize that the flight is not effective. If you only got 3 or 4 people that are deciding they're leaving to go to Jamaica, they're gonna cancel the flight because they're saying that to them it is not cost effective. We're gonna have to postpone the flight, and they postpone it to the next day when they have more people that are gonna go on. Caribbean
But
Airlines does that.
here,
Why
But
can't Liat do to
but is
me
here,
that
that?
so
sustainable though? Because if I go to the airport and then that's not a reliable service,
It's not that it's not a
uh,
reliable service.
like
They're
no,
gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you in advance, and they're gonna repeat. You can still get the flight, Arthur.
but I
You
don't
may not get
care.
it today.
I want to leave today. That is not reliable. And to me, that is not good. Like to be if that case,
no,
you got
but
to do your
here,
analytics and I say, look, we can't run the flight every day. So we're gonna run it Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday. It makes no sense. I get in the
Mhm.
airport
but here,
Tuesday and then get late all the way back to Friday. That does not make sense to me. But go ahead, Teak.
but here, true, right? Because I used to fly. Remember, I studied in Jamaica,
Uh huh.
so the flight that they had, right, to
Mm-hmm.
make the flight efficient. The flight used to be a 7 hour flight
From Barbados to
to make it
Jamaica.
efficient from
How
Barbados to
much?
Jamaica. 7 hours.
Oh.
Let me explain. Let me explain what is 7 hours, right?
Gotta stop.
Mm-hmm.
You go from Jamaica
Mm-hmm.
to Saint Martin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either from Jamaica to Saint Martin or Antigua or
Right.
both.
Right.
But usually 7 hour flight for me would be from Jamaica to Saint Martin, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Saint Martin to Trinidad. So you're
Mm-hmm.
going from Jamaica to Saint Martin to pick up people. So them people that book a Saint Martin flight, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Saint Martin to Trinidad, those people will be coming in the plane with us from Jamaica, right?
Right.
And then from Saint Martin to Trinidad, no, you stop it in Trinidad to fuel up.
Mm-hmm.
So you stop, put in fuel, get the plane clean in Trinidad. People that traveling from Trinidad to Barbados, no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Will then will board the plane in Trinidad. And then the plane will go from Trinidad to Barbados, and then it will make a final stop in Barbados, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So those flights will start at 2, and they will get home. It will be 2. It will be 2 Jamaica time, but 3 Beijing time, and they will
Right.
get home about 9.
Oh.
So is a long. I will get home 9 Jamaica time. So is a
10 o'clock
long
Barbados.
flight. Yeah, it's a long flight. But the thing about it is that they introduced the flight because people were being turned off
Mm-hmm.
from going to Jamaica because of the 7 hour flight.
Mm-hmm.
So what they did is that they introduced a direct flight, which will go direct from Jamaica, direct from Barbados to Jamaica. And when they're going direct from Barbados to Jamaica, they're still making the most out of that flight, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because they're going from Jamaica, they're going from Barbados to Jamaica, and then they're going from Jamaica in Kingston, where they're landing at Norma Mali, where the students will come on, and then going to Montego Bay. So that plane is gonna go from there to Montego Bay, and then back to sometimes it will go on to the Bahamas. So then there's met so much. Then there's the thing about it is that a plane, the two things that lose money for a plane, right? When the plane on the tarmac, not doing anything. So when a plane get repaired, the
Right.
plane will losing money. And when a plane, for every empty seat that a plane has, don't take that, oh, we just ain't making the money. The plane is losing money. The airline is losing money for every single empty seat. So that's why they will cancel a flight before they fly the plane. So what will happen though is that the flights from Jamaica will probably go back to being those long flights. But I feel that what happened is that demand went up because they went on a flight that was direct, and the flight still had a good set of people. Honestly, they will probably get by with using a smaller plane like a C-Jet instead of a 737.
Leave the West Side.
But they will go,
Boeing.
Boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a C-Jet is a Canadian company.
That's Bombardier.
They got Bombardier, but they got bought over by
Airbus.
Airbus.
Right,
So
because
they still,
I was telling somebody what that solution that what they should do. But finish it, Teague.
No, so the C jets will be smaller in the sense that for those flights you wouldn't have to worry about filling the amount of seats that you have in a 737 because the C jet is slightly smaller than a 737.
Mm-hmm.
I think a 737 got three seats aside, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's 6 rows of 3 on each side, so it's 6. A C jet I think is only rows of 2.
I think it's 2 on one side and 3 next side. Something like that.
Yeah, but it's far smaller.
Yeah, because some is from 100 to 120 passengers. Well, I think a 737 would be like, I don't know, 130 and up. So
Yeah.
all right, that's what I think they should do, right? I don't think a pure private partnership would work. So I think you need a public-private partnership. It may not be ideal, but I think to get it rolling, that's what you need to do. Then the government, if they want to, could sell off or whatever. Anywhere short, I think you should use a ferry. Anywhere longer, like you said, the Barbados to Jamaica, I think you could use the CJ, which is now the A220. I think that could be a viable aircraft. You'll probably get it on a lease from one of the leasing companies. I also think one of the problems with Caribbean travel is the taxes you have to pay when you land. Because when we do calculations, it's cheaper to fly from Barbados to not even Florida, Barbados to New York is cheaper than to fly to Caribbean island, which makes no sense. The taxes have to be lower.
You ever do the breakdown?
The taxes?
Yeah, if
no, I know. I
do the breakdown.
I know New York taxes is ridiculous for the Caribbean one, so I could just imagine it.
Like my ticket for Jamaica, I think it was about $60, either $60 to $100. But it ended up being like over $200-300 US. All the rest is taxes and cleaning fares and baggage fee. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I look at EasyJet in Europe or Ryanair. They are lower budget carriers, but their fares are very affordable. I think a model like that should be looked at as well. There's no way how I can fly between Spain and France cheap, and I can't fly between Barbados and Trinidad or Barbados and St. Vincent, but for a lower fare, it makes no sense. But go ahead, you were saying something.
You know the things, but you know the crazy thing though. You bring up EasyJet, you know that to fly with them is but sometimes like $5-6 to fly with them is ridiculously low. But that is a model that should be tried. I don't know if it can pass with the Caribbean people because people saying, "Oh, these greedy capitalists," or I can't get my 12 bags and my bag of chips that I want because you know everything else on those flights are add on.
You gotta pay for it.
They don't even have cushion in the seats.
That's savage.
They're flying on a bus.
But hold on.
They don't even have cushion in the seats.
How long is from Barbados to Trinidad as a flight, Teague?
Barbados to Trinidad?
Yes. What's the flight?
I think it's about 25 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes.
At least a 40.
Sometimes it's
you try to tell me you can't sit in the plane seat. You don't need chips for a 40-minute flight. I'm sorry. 2-3 hours, get some chips and a drink. Yeah. 40 minutes you could survive.
It's a different culture for us though. Because Caribbean people want to travel with them 6 bags and all that. And the thing about it is that the flight people don't tell you no, all of those things are added on into your fee with Caribbean Airlines for example. But what they do is that they are out of those things. So they will advertise an airfare without all of those add-ons.
Right.
So the airfare will be $10. But the only thing that you get in is you carry on.
Right.
Everything else you gotta pay for. So you gotta pay for you buy. If you want food on the plane, you can buy the food from you're buying food from the plane for off of the cafe on the plane. Then a cushion in the seats. And not only that, all the planes that they buy are new,
There's all the new aircraft.
Planes. Always new aircraft. Because they will go to Boeing and they will order like 10737. Boom. Just so. They don't keep all the planes in their fleet because newer planes.
They're less fuel efficient.
Exactly. All the planes are less fuel efficient. Not only that, they're going to be on the ground more for repairs. So all of those things you gotta take into consideration. When you don't have to take into things into consideration, you really feel like what and make sure that you get through. Because them players don't stop running, you know.
Oh, okay.
From the time them players get delivered to them and get delivery put on them players will be running 24/7. Whole day. They're going from one spot to the next. And that's something that we should consider.
But and this is why I say, right, that the fees. Why my friend really telling me this? That the fees has to be dropped because this is my problem. If you are paying $200-$300 in taxes, people are not we're not going to travel that frequently. As Teague said, if you could fly from Barbados to Trinidad for $50, even $100, you'll probably go for a weekend, right, Teague?
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
Matthew, would you go for a weekend in Trinidad if it was $100 or Guyana or
sure.
Jamaica?
Yeah.
That would be great.
Sure.
Exactly. So you will have volume. So if you buy a larger aircraft, they could be profitable. You have these not large but bigger aircraft, and you have 4 or 5 people in them because they're too expensive. Now, if you have that, right, you have more regional travel, which will also benefit the countries. Because what we love, that T word named tourism. Marsh relays on it too much, but that's what it is. People will have to spend money in your country. So instead of trying to kill people at the airport, let them fly and travel often. We can't keep having these ridiculous taxes in the Caribbean and have a sustainable airline. It's not going to work. It cannot work.
I fully agree. But I was listening to another podcast as well, and one of the things that was floated, and I know that you guys will probably agree, but it's regional, regional tourists different from an international tourist. In that a regional tourist will come and they're looking for the side shop to get their food from. They're looking for the small man because chances are, right? Chances are, as a regional person, you got one of you brethren out there in Saint Lucia, or you got a friend, or chances are you got family from Grenada or something. So who you going down there to link? You going down there to them. And them showing you the side shot. So like the small man that does be struggling to get through from tourism usually, right? Because them don't get money from tourists. He would be able to get through looking once regional travel increases. All of them things you could consider just by improving regional travel. I know what y'all men think about that.
It could work. And also, right?
Good
It force
idea.
competitors, like, because we know bars got a lot of overpriced things. If they go to Jamaica and buy a bunch of things that come back for cheap, you think these Jamaica got the prices jacket high? They can't do it no more. I can get this guy in Jamaica for $100 and come back and buy what he want. So they gotta compete too.
Exactly.
So it be innovation in the Caribbean. But you're saying, Kev. You're saying something,
No,
Kev.
I was saying I like the idea that T would have just projected. I think it could work. Also too, I think F Liat was to be a bit more professional. You know how saying that stand for lead, but anything. I think too, if they could raise their standards, and if there was price,
Kev, you're breaking up.
yeah, if there was to lower the prices as well. I think if they would to implement all 3 of those strategies in terms of lowering the prices, being more professional, and the projection that T would have brought forward, I think it would help them moving forward.
But Kev, my worry about that is, right, I think Liat is too far for Liat. Liat dead. And I think that, we Prime Minister, I think his name again, what's his name again?
Gaston, you mean Gaston, bro?
Gaston, let me tell you something. That name is tarnished. You can't come back with Liat 2.0, 5.0, Liat Limited, Liat Incorporated. That name is tarnished. You need a new name, buddy.
People angry, man. People when people take Liat, people take about low quality. Even if Liat had a good flight, like even if you tell somebody that, yo, big man, I fly per Liat and they had the best service ever, people can feel you up and make sure that you are.
You still think even their best quality is still like not impressive and nothing to brag about. That was about 6 or something last Saturday on Liat. Never did St. James. So.
Oh, and I actually never went in my life.
I went on Liat I went on Liat, and that time back then when I went on Liat, that was like before I went foundation. That was about 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I think.
I remember getting the juice and some biscuits, boy. I never forget.
Oh yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know if the flight come on time or
I'm gonna
not.
get that for real. Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
I was too young for them things.
Mm.
But I fly on Caribbean Airlines. I
Yeah.
fly on all. I fly on both Caribbean Airlines and I fly on Liat. And to tell the
Mm.
truth, I enjoy my experience on Caribbean Airlines. Well,
Yeah.
not
Mm.
fully enjoy because the plane need cleaning. They don't have them bathrooms, especially when you sit on the
Oh
back. Ooh,
God. Jeez on. Liat.
smell just be kicking.
But
I
you know
thought
when
we
it's
Outside and all.
would anytime.
So again, Matthew.
Liat does leave the island anytime.
oh
Correct,
Lord. Yeah,
man.
we know when it's a little man, you don't worry about nothing so. But to me, as it
Exactly.
get as it get older, you realize that quality could be better. Yeah, you were saying Arthur.
Man, Liat scared me for the rest of my life, boy. I never even fly on Liat, boy. I always had to fly out and jump out the
Yeah.
sky hitting the propeller planes. Alright.
Mhm.
Alright, let's move on. We got another hot topic, sir. We got another hot topic. We're going wrong it soon.
Nassco.
Nassco, boys. You know, we have my boy
Well,
Brother Dwight. Um, signing for the white man saying that there has to be a level playing field in the automotive industry in Barbados. Even though Nassco has some of the highest prices of cars in the island, um, the government has introduced in the past a 200% import tax on cars, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. What people were doing,
wait. You said 200%?
yes, what people were doing
Oh, wait,
was,
here it though.
was importing cars and parts. You go and check on the website. They're importing cars and parts and assembling them in Barbados, reassembling them in the island of Barbados. He said due to safety
Oh,
concerns and on level playing field, they had to
Hmm.
do some check. My question to you, Mr. Dwight Sutton, is this: if those taxes were not so high, if there were 25% on imported vehicle, would you even have to work people bringing cars and parts? I finished speaking. That Doogie floor is yours again, man. Do your thing.
Listen.
turn up.
When you can see an article written that NASCO says that these small miners be taking out the accessories, picking out the vehicles and bring them in at a lower price. So they have less taxes on the vehicles. That way they can sell them at a cheaper price. And then later in the same article, you admit that you're doing the same thing, but the little man is supposed to do it. Really?
Hmm.
Really? Nation News posted this week that NASCO decided they're having a clearance sale. Car, Toyota Corolla, no, it was a Yaris, Toyota Yaris, valued 83,000 Barbados dollars.
What?
Clearance price 82,000. You take off $1,000 as a clearance. There's a clearance price in Barbados. And then want know
Eh,
Yeah.
why the little man got vehicles selling so cheap. Why is it right that they got all these small dealerships selling Swifts? Simpson
mhm.
is the man that deals with Suzuki products. You don't hear Simpson complaining. You know why Simpson don't complain? Because Simpson knows the market he has to target. You feel that Shafet buy all them Swiss from a little man, then buy all them there from Simpson.
Hmm.
And plus, you
The
got
government decided to allow the small dealers to only bring in vehicles within the last 5 years, which, to be honest, is trash because a lot of vehicles beyond 5 years are a lot better than the vehicles that they're selling now.
Dirty dang.
I can be honest with
everybody
you.
big engine cars. This fuel efficiency, climate change
Oh
nonsense
yeah.
for running cars. The engine's too small. The chugging too bad.
Crap.
They sound like shit.
We
Type of
we
cursing. Come on,
getting
man. Nah, man.
a lot of issues with vehicles, right? But I can tell you this here. The small man has found a way to survive all the time. And they're selling reasonable vehicles at reasonable prices.
Mhm.
Simpson we got a brand new Swift selling for 53,000 I think. Okay. I see some small dealerships up to tonight on Instagram. They're selling
40.
a 2017 Swift at 39,000.
Yeah.
And that comes with perks, free the cleaning of the vehicle, getting the license plate sorted out, getting the vehicle waived for a year of insurance. The people are thinking ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Nassco has not
Uh-oh.
changed in how many years? Me growing up as a child, I'm 29. When I went to primary school, my parents would carry me past my Nassco. Nassco has not changed in nearly 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
You got the same area, same dealership. Same, you got all the vehicles on the inside of a glass thing. The car park small. It is not an appealing area. Nobody ain't driving past there to look to buy a car.
No,
Especially
no,
when you
no.
buy cars and blasted expensive. I look on Nassco website. Nassco website look like it's appealing to European people. The website is bland, unappealing, does not have a lot of specs about the vehicles, does not have a lot of variety about the vehicles. You are selling a, a Toyota Prado SUV Jeep
What is this?
for over 385,000 Barbados dollars. What? Who buying that? And then you want to know why people ain't buying your things?
Plus a
Why would
balloon
they want to
payment
buy
though.
that?
Don't forget the balloon payment. Because you hear talking the same thing that you mentioned about the Swift. Like the Swift being for
Oh no,
$53,000, right?
when the big jeeps.
No, the,
Mm-hmm.
the payments the payments gonna come down to $495 a month, but the payment is $16,000, right? So by the time you could pay let me make this clear, you could pay everything for the vehicle, big man. You could be paying say you pay for that vehicle for 7 years, which I think is foolishness as well. Because by the time you ready to done pay for that vehicle, the vehicle need replacing. Because the vehicle
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
don't last 10 years
Precisely.
no. In
All
fact,
right then.
even some of the older
Mm-hmm.
vehicles don't be lasting 10 years. Until you reach that 10 year point, you gotta be looking for
Mm-hmm.
parts. But we ain't gonna get into that. After you get that vehicle for 7 years, 8 years, pay for it for that time, right? Here, tune. You gotta pay that $16,000. But if you don't pay that $16,000 in that balloon payment, the man can take that vehicle from you.
Oh
So
yeah.
all that thing that you was paying,
Mm-hmm.
all that thing that you was paying don't count for nothing, you know.
So that's a long.
Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
So
could
that's a
save.
long. That's a long term lease then too.
Mm-hmm.
It look that way.
Along with the
So
interest
you
too.
you
Tegan
could as
mentioned the
well
interest yet?
exactly the interest. So you could as well lease a car. The way how some of these cars is be set right, you could lease a car.
Hmm.
In fact, that's probably the business I should get into, leasing cars.
As
Because
you
if
drink
you
that car off the
could as well
lot,
lease a
you need
car.
that $10,000. Remember that here?
Precisely.
Correct.
I think it's best to
As
buy
you drink it
cars by
off the
cash
lot.
though.
Wait,
Like
wait.
true.
I mean, buy second hand cars. Like best thing to do.
Correct.
All
But
right.
you realize, right?
Mhm.
Because of that, right? Look at the cars that Beijing's will be driving. All juggas though.
Mm-hmm.
So you in a situation. Think about it. You in a situation where the bus service is so poor that you are forced to buy a vehicle that you cannot afford. And the only reason that you cannot afford the vehicle is because of high tax on it. And then you decide to say, look, I can make them payments. And you had the vehicle for 4 or 5 years now, and at the end of that 4 or 5 years, you gotta pay a balloon payment of $16,000. Or the
Mm.
vehicle can get that way. You can't even say, look, let me break it up over the time I pay more so the man want that
Mm-hmm.
balloon payment. Nonsense, dog. So if a small man say, yo, I can give you a Swift for $43,000, no balloon payment, you don't think that the people can jump at it? So no, instead of the small man being able to get a Swift, no, get her 2017 Swift, he gonna buy a 110 for off of that the 110 got enough problems. And not only that, everybody in Barbados got a 110.
I want
So by the
thing.
time you part your 110,
I
you you
100.
you you got study low. Yeah, 110s and 100s too, nice too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Easy
imagine
ease.
you park your car in the night and you going outside you going downstairs now to get a little cup of tea and look through the window the car going. Or the man can't really stay real. Or the man bust open the car and carry the seats.
Inside that bitch still driving 100s and 110s. Inside that that's the most powerful vehicle in Barbados. Like almost 20, 30 years later.
Exactly, and a lot of them cars, whether we say yo, all these old cars 30, listen to me. a lot of these old cars, like the newer cars, got a lot of plastic on them. But you see the frame of that car, them design, they got crash ratings and that sort of thing. So when them hit, all the other plastic components can lick up, but you inside the car safe. A lot of these older cars from 1999 and that sort of thing, when they hit into something, then just rock around the pole, then just lick up and all the inside of the car. You don't even know if it's a car after that hit. So all the damn things, people driving about in vehicles that ain't roadworthy.
Oh yeah.
And the thing about it is that you can't sit down here and blame them, you know. You can't say, big man, you doing foolishness. Because like, what's the alternative not get work? So it's a real sticky situation you got. So the taxes are too high, cars are too expensive in Barbados. And now that we find a way to circumvent the government cutting that out, to me, it's just sad. And not only that, you telling poor people, not just poor people, middle class people, people that put in a little bit of work, that you don't deserve to get better. No, you living above your means. You gotta get cut out. That's nonsense, man.
I tell myself I'm looking at bicycles. Oh, I know, big man.
Look,
I'm looking
I
at
ain't even looking
getting
at
big wheel bicycles. Because for
at this
me,
rate,
and then big wheel bicycles be what? $5,000 sometimes.
I want dirt bike.
look, stand home. Listen, what you need to do is just stand home and let me get money. That's and like it pays to be poor and not go work and just be useless. That's what it pays to be. No, be poor and holler out that you need help because you're poor. You can't help yourself and you can't do better because for the time you decide you're doing better, you're living above means. You can't do better for yourself.
My boy going to places that Asians don't like to talk about, but I get corroded all the time.
It's
That's
true.
another hot topic there, boys.
No, we got to talk
What's
about
that? You can't get through.
People who just get families larger than they can handle, and the first thing to do is run and go to the nation. Oh God,
Oh,
I can't even feed the children.
Oh, Lord, no.
You know what get me vexed, though? You know what get me vexed? You got young people in this country that want work, right? That can't get none.
Yeah.
And these niggas just get opportunities and there's no techno, you know. I just be like,
Yeah.
what the crack?
Yeah.
No, it's get me too. Hold on. T, great T. Me and you got a university education, right?
Yeah.
You know, remember what you scrub the floor, right? And what he's my proper jobs. That means you will work comfortable doing, and the men refuse them. I just like,
Yeah. Well, not only that, but back to the topic when the man was talking about, right? I mean, there's going to get all these children on him to complain with same-sex children. You know? There's complaining so man.
6 children for 5 different fathers.
It met my life so. You know what I mean? Like, complain with government, complain with this.
Mr. Duke, so sir, right? If a woman got 5 children for 4 different men, we think it should happen.
The question is asked all the time when these women is
Wars
come
of
out
the state.
and say that they're suffering and they got all these children.
Oh my God.
Where is the father or fathers? Because there's no way of mine. And I tell people that children come from one person.
All right, then.
There's no way a man who having sex with a woman,
Precisely.
who have a child with a woman, should allow his child to be suffering like that.
Then.
There was a woman that was in the newspaper a couple years ago that had 5 or 6 children. She was complaining and all her things. She ended in the paper again the next year. The people she said, yes, I am the mother of 5 or 6 children, but I only have 1 child and me know all the fathers take back the children. You know what I tell myself? The fathers take back the children, which means she has less responsibility to deal with, and she's still on the street. She get put back on the street because she decided to quit her job. She tell her uncle who had taken her in, who was helping her, that she ain't paying the bills in my house and she could do whatever she feel like she quit she job to start home.
I feel hold on. I feel right.
Wow.
If a man if you ain't got the child, right? And you want sweep floors, you could do that, right? You got the responsibilities.
Correct.
But if you got a child now, you gotta do.
Right, then. True, you know.
No, you should.
True.
That's the better
Everything
word.
for granted, they realize that they get a little freebie once. And the people of Barbados are nice all the time. Let me give you another example.
Yes.
My mother told me
So
about a
right.
woman who the government gave her a house. She was in the newspaper. She and her family crying down. The government built a house and gave it to her. And she went to the nation news to say, look how this treat poor people. The construction men left the excess marl and sand in the yard with a few cinder blocks. She has a 19-year-old unemployed son. And the first thing she went and did was go to the nation and say, look how the poor people just get treated. And my mother was one of the people, her company donated paint for the home. And my mother said, as far as she was concerned, she would love to take it back. Because how is it that the government gives you a home?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pay nothing in the house. You don't have to pay no land. You didn't even have to buy the land. The government built and gave you a home. You have a 19-year-old unemployed son.
You could move
And
the
the first
dirt.
thing you have to do, instead of asking your son, maybe prop up the blocks against the wall. Maybe let me do something with it. You can go to the news and complain about excess marl, sand, and blocks in the yard.
Me sucker
Are
Bill
you
saying,
Wow.
for real?
sucker Bill saying with it, man.
Wow.
Use the creativity. So, Mr. Davis, we want some money coming in, Teague. So we can go and beg the government for a job in the newspaper.
Could as well, boy.
We
Could as well.
we go take a shot. My aunt back country, we can't back country with this damn job. Anyway, right? So,
Mhm.
any thoughts on this topic?
Was up? You mean they saying
Nassco,
well,
it's talking Nassco car thing.
liver?
So,
No.
so
Go
I don't know what we're going to do.
go ahead, sir.
Look, that way
I said
saying
that
Uh,
they stop using the money.
we need a price reduction in cars in Barbados. If you care about safety of people, then you should encourage you to have newer vehicles. When you see people talk about climate change, but then got people driving old cars that pollute more. So which one is it?
Mhm.
Pick your poison.
vehicles need to be affordable. I think that more people will be on the road with newer vehicles if they can afford to get them. That's
Correct.
straight.
Mhm.
I don't think a lot of people talk about old cars this and old cars that, but
Yeah, cause,
if you had a choice between a 1994 Suzuki Swift and a 2017 Suzuki Swift,
Bring
if
2017.
there was for the same price, you would get a
Precisely.
2017,
I
even if
agree.
it's $2,000 or $3,000 more. But it's the
Mhm.
case where you got to you got to worry about your car. A lot of these newer cars, and that's probably why there's so many problems. You don't really have to look at them as much as an older car require that care.
Right. And plus, the people have old cars, right? You want old cars, people care about sports cars. Let me keep it real. Nobody don't care about no old sedan. People care about the old RX-7s and
Yeah, it's true.
the old Mustangs. I think nobody don't care about that old Jugga cars
Right
unless they're
then.
real. Come on.
It's true.
Man, we
No,
move.
not only that, it's need care too.
Correct.
It does need and a daily driver.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah,
And
All right.
a
then.
daily driver.
All right. I don't want to hold you, man, too long, but we got one last topic to talk about, and then we're out. We're gonna pop those bottles now. We're gonna pop those bottles now. The 30-year wait is over. Liverpool Football Club have finally won the Premier League. This is one of the
Yeah,
best
then.
things that ever happened to the most overrated football league in the world. The
Big
rightful
things.
team is back on top. Guys, I want your opinion on this, man. Kev, stunt,
Finally.
man, stunt. Kevin, you stunt tonight, man.
My love, I was so elated, right? I mean, I've just been telling you and you guys in the football chat, man. I just been tired of the dominance that Man City had, right? Over
Mm,
the past couple of years. Also, too, it sends a big statement. The fact that how many titles ahead are United ahead of
one.
Liverpool right now? One title.
Mm-hmm.
One title. And
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool haven't won the league in 30 years.
Correct.
I was trying to
Mm.
explain to United fan the statement that how much a big statement that is. The dominance that Liverpool had in the 70s, the 80s, well, can't say really the 90s, but I mean the dominance that they had that 30 years later, and they still only one title behind United. I mean, but more so is the fact that they have been that they come back from having lost the title by 1 point last year, in the year which we thought they should have won the title, and then the year with the Slippy G, when when Gerard Slick
And
against
2000
Chelsea.
and 2008. Remember that one with the cocked it up with Rafa?
You're right.
There
The
has so many
moment,
chances that he thought they were with it and they just never got over the line.
nope, 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 nope. So I was very elated. They really deserve it. It's just a shame they were knocked out of the Champions League so early, having won it last year. But you know how football goes. But yeah, so
Yeah.
to finish on that point, I'm very happy that they won it.
Yeah.
They truly deserve it. Yeah.
We need an unbeaten season and a treble next year. We need both Arsene Wenger and Fergie to be relevant in one season. Mr. Teague, thoughts on Poole finally winning the Premier League title?
I'm happy for them, man. Um, I know my United fans salty, and they know that they
As
say,
it should
"Oh,
be.
is their first title," which is a bunch of stupidness. But it's
Crap.
saltiness, man.
It's
It's
their 19th title.
saltiness.
Let's keep it real. The name just got
Yeah,
renamed the same championship.
it just got
All right,
renamed.
then
It's
precisely.
not that point will only fly if there was a significant change to the setup of the league,
All right, then.
making it either less or more competitive.
Mhm.
That's the reality of it. Is you see a league, it just get changed TV rates. So
Mhm.
I will I won't stress over that, but it's good for them. People coming after Guardiola, no, saying that
Hmm.
Me let.
uh, 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 the, the saying that that Klopp build the team without a whole set of money, which is a bunch of lies.
He spent money. He spent money. Not much as Pep, but he did spend money. You can't say
He
no.
spent, but not only that, like, when he came to Liverpool, he had a decent team, you know.
Because if you honestly
Yeah.
look at that Liverpool team, right, he got that whole entire team.
Yeah.
Huh?
He got that whole team, B.
Hmm.
Nah, but over time, be like
No, but what
how
I'm trying to
long
say,
he
right?
got.
Like, if you look when he first come to know, Skirtle like all that man gonna be, none of them men in there.
Yeah,
Coutinho, oh, they gone.
There's a whole different squad.
no,
Yeah.
but I mean a lot of people left, but over time.
Mm-hmm.
Like he came and he didn't find a team that was particularly bad,
Mm-hmm.
so he was able to implement his philosophy and then change out one or two pieces and stay competitive over that entire period. But when Pep
Hmm.
came to Manchester City, what was Manchester City? Yeah, they win the
There
league,
was a
but
big team, T. Come on, T. Get me
No,
like Pep, man. Come on,
Do
you're
not
tripping, no, you're tripping, you're tripping, you're
come
tripping.
on. Come on,
nah,
man. Don't
nah,
compare.
T, you
Manchester,
like Pep, man. We moving on. Mr. Dugan, I know you're not a big
nah,
football fan, but how you feel about this, sir?
I know that enough people feel elated. People feel justified in the win. And I agree, I should encourage that. You gotta give everybody a chance and let men who were suffering for a long period of time, who
All
were
right, then.
honest and willful and truthful supporters, be able to gloat and feel good that the team succeeded. I personally agree with that.
Correct.
150%.
Correct. We need into
yeah.
the Messi Real next year. I don't know what that can happen because they play such foolishness. So
We just gotta see if we be able to retain it. That's the question.
true. We gotta see what can
Oh,
happen next
boy.
year. So guys, what would you rate Klopp as the manager? Do you think this puts him on a higher pedestal than he was before, or you think he's still valued the same?
I think personally, right? The fact that he's been able to do it in a different league.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I can start by saying that Klopp is slightly underrated because of his persona. He's not as his personality is not maybe as vibrant as some of the other managers. Although he's very lively on the touchline most games, but his philosophy is brilliant. The way how he gets players to put in 150% every match, that's unprecedented. I mean, obviously we have brilliant coaches like Guardiola, Ancelotti, Mourinho in his days.
Hey, not como slander, but go ahead.
I know, man, we can't disrespect Mo. Um,
Most still decent to me.
he's still good,
Yeah.
obviously. I mean, yeah,
Just need to
been a
work on
beat City
Spurs.
this season. Yeah, correct. But the point I was making is that the way how we left one league and went to a different league. I mean, the only player that was there when Brendan Rodgers was there is probably Milner. I'm not too even sure about that. So he basically
Maybe Miller Henderson. I think maybe.
Henderson,
Yeah, I
Henderson,
think yeah,
yeah,
I know
Henderson's
Henderson's
there.
captain. I
Henderson
know
was there
Henderson
too.
the first captain of Finny.
I don't get why Henderson is captain, but
He from Merseyside. Come on.
yeah,
Probably the most experienced person on the team as well.
yeah, probably because it was there the longest. I think the guys
Yeah,
that
out of
there now, but the way how he shaped that team. I mean, these guys used to come with seventh, eighth,
Yeah,
like
before he took over, it was a massive drop off.
whoa, like I would give him a 8.5 with a 10. Yeah, 8.5 with a 10.
Yeah.
mm,
Teague, well, how do you rate Klopp after this achievement?
uh, I would give a 9, almost a 10, because I love Klopp, man.
Everybody like Klopp's the man.
I
Yeah,
I
it's true.
I love Klopp. Like I like his passion, I like his energy, I like how
Mm-hmm.
involved he is with the players. Like
Yeah.
so, and the player is not a case where like Pep. You can tell Pep a little bit emotional and
Mm-hmm.
dishonest. Like
Mm-hmm.
Pep will be hugging at a player, and the player don't want to hug Pep because
Mm-hmm.
they don't get along. Like Pep will
Mm-hmm.
get across the philosophy, but at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the day, like he only gets respect because he's a good coach,
Yeah.
not necessarily that he's a good person. And they think that that's why he like Klopp.
No,
Klopp will
right.
be running about on the pitch.
T.
Yes, yeah.
I think we're trying to say too is that Guardiola is a bit more authoritative. Like I saw a video right when after Man City had lose right in the dressing room, he was like, "Everybody sit down." Like, he was real upset. Whereas after a loss, Klopp is more of a he's more cohesive. I think as we're trying to say, where Guardiola is more about his reputation, is more about
Ego.
you know, yeah,
I destroyed
Klopp,
football.
precisely. So Klopp is more
Klopp is your friend. I think that Klopp could get
precisely.
serious when need be. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's because they got people that they're friendly, but they could be serious when the
Right.
need arises. I think
Yeah.
that I
Right.
think Klopp comes across as that friendly parent,
Right.
like that friendly leader.
He's
Pep
still
on the other
respected.
hand,
Yeah.
yeah, Pep can get respect because like at the end of the day, I think a lot of people know with Pep you're gonna win. So
Right.
when Pep speaks, you listen. That's probably why
Mm-hmm.
he left Barcelona because that
Right.
level of control that he wanted, you can't get.
Right.
And any
Right. Right.
club that
Right.
he gets in, he control it from top to bottom. Is like
Mm-hmm.
once I say A, y'all gonna do A, and listen
Right.
to me. If you
Yeah.
don't do A, big man, you can get beat.
Mm-hmm.
Like Henri,
Mm-hmm.
you remember when Henri do that analysis at Sky of Barcelona, right?
Mm.
What he
You
doing?
remember what
The
the
analysis.
analysis of Barcelona?
Right.
You
Right. Right.
remember
I see
when
the
he
video.
said,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, remember what he said about, oh man, I remember I was out on the left and I wasn't getting the ball a lot. Cause off the ball movement important to Pep. And he
Mm-hmm.
said, man, I went cross with Messi and I knocked some ball and they score a goal. And then immediately after that, like, I was taken off.
Yeah. He harsh with you.
You, yeah, you heard like players
I
like
remember
my
that.
way or the highway. So I don't
Correct.
think Klopp is like that as well, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But still at the same time, Klopp is that friendly person, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that about Klopp.
Yeah.
So to be able to get that team to rally around him, and you could tell
Mm-hmm.
that you could tell that the people on the team love
Mm,
Klopp.
and just enjoy football. Whereas the Man City
Exactly,
players would be a bit more serious, but the Liverpool players, you could tell they enjoy football. Just get along really well together. Tell
Mhm.
exactly. Like that's why a player could sit down on the bench and not issue with it
precisely.
because they know like even I'm quite sure they probably will be able to tell the manager, yo, I don't appreciate this, I don't appreciate that. As a pet, that may not
Mm-hmm.
be the case. But
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, that's why you rate Klopp, especially for winning the league,
Mm-hmm.
going up against somebody like Pep Guardiola.
Well, yeah, boy.
Yeah, and I know I
Yeah,
rate Klopp
hard.
so highly, right? This is a man that dethroned Bayern Munich with Borussia Dortmund with no money.
Well, yeah.
Went to
All right,
a team
then.
that was so down that people thought they would never ever win a Premier League title. People thought they had to rename the league for them to win the title, and he did it. And I think so against Pep Guardiola, I think we really got to look at this dude and give him his praises, man.
Yeah, boy.
Definitely do. Definitely do.
You know,
He's a brilliant coach. He's a brilliant guy as well.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, got tons of respect for him. And you don't hear the dirty stories like
Nope.
what you hear with Pep.
Nah.
Pep, you always
Period.
hear that. I had to tell Pep about his mother because she being she was case and after I tell Pep about his mother, he went and shake my hand in front of the camera.
Alright then.
You don't hear nothing about
Yeah.
Klopp. Everybody that play on the Klopp, even people that get sell, love
Yeah.
Klopp.
Yeah.
It's true.
Maybe it's a Carrius, but everybody else love Klopp.
Yeah. But Karras had to go. Karras had to go. Man. Look at what he did. Look at what he did. He lost the Champions League final for the man. He had to go, man.
Anyway, guys.
No, he was his scapegoat, man. Don't do his
Yeah, he's scared, man. They're gonna give you a medal last year, man. But alright, guys,
Yeah.
it was a wonderful show. Thank you all for coming
man.
through. Thank everyone for joining the live chat section. Hopefully should be back next week. You know, we got another race to wrap up. Hopefully Seco will be back to thought his he's socialist talking points or whatever, and he can argue again maybe next week. Rafi, thanks for coming through, man.
That easy, man. I happy to be here.
Yeah, I know we have lots of topics that I know ain't your favorite thing, but we lay check the floor twice, man. We gotta let you run the floor twice, man. We gotta make it up for you, man.
I enjoy being here with you, man. We get good vibes and things.
Correct.
Get a voice, your honest opinions, and hear solutions that are worthwhile. T does always be full of knowledge. Carter always got his side that's got me. Tell him I say, yeah, boy, Carter, here know what we talking about. And Ken, you always provide good topics, so I always happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
really
man.
appreciate it, man. All right, guys, see
Just
you
talk
all.
about Liat next week.
What's that, what?
Just talk about Liat next week. So
All right, man, we up for T get me back. So yo.
And B.
all right, man.
All right, man.